Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Well, a longtime Democrat power broker is facing the heat. She is melting down and she's shuttering the doors of one of the election powerhouses that the Democratic Party has relied on for what appears to be an illegal slush fund. That's right, looting taxpayers to win elections. It's a story as old as time in the Democratic Party, and it looks like they've been exposed and they're on the run. But before we get into the story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, we all know about failed governor's candidate Stacey Abrams in the state of Georgia. That's right, she delusionally claimed that she actually won an election against Brian Kemp when she had lost fair and square. So what did she do? It's what all Democrats do when they lose in politics. They scream about racism. And she has done that masterfully in the state of Georgia because she set up a racket called the New Georgia Project, and that is shutting down. That's right, one of the most influential political groups in the South. The New Georgia Project is shutting down this week, it is being reported, marking a stunning fall for an organization that pushed to advance Democratic causes for more than a decade. Well, this comes after the Georgia Senate launched an investigation into Stacey Abrams and her nonprofit New Georgia Project, and that was for illegal fundraising activity. No way. Well, this is what is being reported. Abrams and the New Georgia Project, for which she is no longer affiliated, are being investigated by the same Senate panel that has been examining Fulton County DA Fani Willis's historic indictment of Donald Trump. Remember Fani Willis? I think she's disappeared along with Ruby and the rest of them. All of those beloved cartoonish characters in Georgia politics, well, they've kind of faded into the woodwork lately, haven't they? Amazing what a successful Trump second term can do. Well, as previously reported, Francis Johnson, the head of Stacey Abrams' nonprofit New Georgia Project, announced he is resigning from his post, and that was after the firm was hit with a massive fine for committing campaign fundraising crimes. Well, twice failed Democratic Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams created this so-called nonprofit in 2013 to get out the black vote. Well, Abrams has repeatedly claimed that she has suffered from discrimination and that there is black voter suppression going on in the state of Georgia. I've looked at the numbers. You might have too. This has not been borne out because, well, turnout in elections have not suffered any bit appreciably over the years. And so her cries of racism and voter suppression ring hollow. There's actually no documented hard evidence of that. You can look at the data yourself, and not from left-wing outfits like the SPLC, which just lie repeatedly as far as I'm concerned. So earlier this year, this is really interesting. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, discovered that Joe Biden's EPA awarded $2 billion to a firm linked to failed Democrat governor's candidate Stacey Abrams. And even worse, this firm reported only $100 in revenue in its first 3 months in business in 2023. It was $2 billion of the $20 billion recovered by EPA Chief Lee Zeldin, and it was advanced to Power Forward Communities, a brand new nonprofit linked to Abrams. So how did a brand new firm that only reported $100 in revenue get awarded $2 billion? It's because Democrats are corrupt. I'll give you the spoiler alert. That is why it happened. This money was shoveled out the door as the Biden administration jumped like rats off a sinking ship, and that is exactly what happened. They looted taxpayers. Again, this is thievery. We are $37.5 trillion in debt. That is money that has to be paid back by future generations, either through taxes or through inflation. So, well, the Democratic Party, they are extremely corrupt. This is yet another case of it. And the New Georgia Project, it is an excellent example of why the Democratic Party cannot be trusted. So weigh in with your own thoughts. And thank you for watching Explain America.